Hey collective, hey, welcome back to Chakra Energy Readings. I am Queen Shadi. Thank you all for stopping by. We're going to jump into our chakra health. But before we get started, thank you all for viewing the video, sharing, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate all the love and support that you send my way. I thank all of you all for spending your time because I am only here to try to bring wisdom and knowledge that will help us in our everyday life. All right, so let me say our prayer so we can get started. I am here only as a vessel to facilitate a positive connection with our ancestors and spirit guides. I ask that the ancestors and spirit guides of pure love and light guide us on a healing journey of our chakra energy that will ultimately bring us into understanding complete oneness with all. We thank you, God, for our ancestors and spirit guides, and we give you the utmost gratitude for our being. All right, so let's get started with our chakra health here. I'm going to do, I always do a shuffle, but for some reason, we are running across quite, in the videos I noticed we're running across some that are being represented continuously. That is hypertension, which is something that a lot of our melanated people deal with. Also, there was another one that I noticed that STI, STD, as I'm shuffling, that is coming out. That is something else that seems to be jumping out as well. And immune issues, I guess, immune issues that would cause instability in the root chakra. Let me just say that because I know it was one other thing, I just can't think of it right now. So, but those hypertension, high blood pressure, what was the other one I just said? STI, STD. Those things are very prominent in our community and melanated people's communities. But that is something we need to be aware of simply because with the new illness of COVID, it is something that can turn very serious very quickly. Both of those STIs, STDs, as well as hypertension. So please make sure that you take the time to listen to your body. Make sure you get the necessary checks that you need in order to stay in optimal health. Listen to your body. It will definitely tell you what it needs. All right, so let's see if we can go ahead and get started with a 9-card draw. And again, my disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I am merely someone that has been in the medical field for 25 years. God has shown me the connection between our chakras and our medical health, and I am merely just trying to bring you awareness on how it correlates with our everyday life. Everything I bring to you may not be correct, and if it's not correct, I ask that you take all mistakes with love, because the premise is to just let you know how it connects to each chakra and how it correlates to what we go through in life. All right, now with the disclaimer out the way, let's get started. The first card we have to come out is pancreatic cancer. That deals with the solar plexus. Pancreatic cancer is a cancer that is not very common, but common in the same time. It is a cancer that you can get from taking medicines, ibuprofen being one of them. Just a backstory. I think I started the story about how I was taking ibuprofen, but I did not mention how later on in life, maybe about 10 years ago, when I went to the doctor to have an annual checkup, and they did the blood work and asked me, was I an alcoholic? And I was like, what? No, I wasn't even drinking at the time, to be honest. And I said, no. And she said, okay, so it must be ibuprofen. Do you take a lot? I said, oh, yeah, I've been taking it since I started my menstrual cycle. So for years, I haven't taken it. As I said, I went off to college. I had the highest dose possible. And then having kids, they said that ibuprofen was safe to use, so I took it then as well. So by the time I got to the doctor about 10 years ago, my pancreas and liver, one or the other, was looking like I was an alcoholic, which I am not. I wasn't even drinking, and that was because of the medicines. So cancers can come about because of certain medicines that we put in our bodies. You all know I'm not lying on this, because we hear those quiet commercials in the middle of the night all the time, and it be because of the medicines that we don't know that's going to affect us down the line. COVID. But anyway, so it's just being aware of what your body is telling you, and making sure you have regular checkups and getting that blood work to see what's in balance and what's out of balance. Next, we have pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is related to your third eye. That is a gland that is almost smack dab in the middle of your brain. Looks almost like a teardrop, I would say, if you if you can see that little hole there, kind of like that. Small little gland in the middle of your brain. It is known to connect your third eye. What it is actually known to do is to be the connection between the spiritual and the 3D realm. And us, in turn, using discernment, wisdom, and knowledge, and connecting that to our throat chakra, and then speaking that information or connecting that information out for us as well as others. So how the pituitary gland connects. It starts at the crown chakra, where the spiritual knowledge comes through, connects to that pituitary gland, that then connects to the third eye, giving us that third eye knowledge, wisdom, Akashic records information that we are to then speak out and to help heal and motivate and inspire others. That then touches the heart chakra of inspiration, forgiveness, love, and compassion for others. That then sparks the creativity within us and connects us to the world around us, which then connects that creativity to our soul purpose, that then connects to our root and ground us to what we are here and meant to do. So I went from crown to root chakra and how that pituitary gland relates to us. Next, we have froggy throat. Again, I think we had that in the last chakra health reading. To be honest, I assume, I don't know. I did not, even after that reading, I did not look up to see, but I assume it is mucus that has caused your vocal cords to be distorted because of the mucus that is there. It could be other reasons, I don't know. God told me when he starts presenting these things to me a second time that I may need to say something different or either correct from what I said before. So to be clear, I am not sure. I am generally just speaking spiritually and knowledge wise. When I give you this information, I do not look up unless I just really feel like it's really crazy. But to me, froggy throat, mucus makes that sound, that altering sound in our throat, and therefore I relate that to having a altered state of communication. You are not actually speaking your truth. You are presenting basically with a mask. If you look at a froggy throat as a mask, you are giving lies. You are telling perceptions on what you want people to think. You possibly may be talking against someone else and doing it in a ignorant and ill-equipped fashion. Hence is also called bullying. That's what bullying is. You're being ignorant and delivering information in a ill-equipped fashion, which means that that pituitary gland is definitely not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let me say this right quickly, and I don't know why I need to say this, but your pituitary gland being out of balance, having a foggy throat where you are not speaking truth or justice to a situation, circumstance, or problem, but yet in turn are pointing out things that you can laugh at because of your ignorance to the situation or circumstance, does not make you look good, especially if you are over a certain age. We are too old to be pointing out someone's background when they're trying to give you some spiritual knowledge on how you can better yourself, but all you can think about is how they look or what's in their background that's not appealing to you. So I also equate that as froggy throat. You are not speaking what is being presented, but going around the bigger picture to get a laugh or to bully the person that is presenting. Thank you, God. So there are a lot of froggy throat people out there, if you want to call it that. People that try to get a laugh and distract from the true meaning, the true purpose of someone actually coming out and sharing their truth, distracting from that because you want to get a laugh or you want to share something. And God is telling me right now, I have been on Facebook, not personally, but through other people, through other means. My name, possibly my pictures, possibly my videos have even been put on Facebook, God is telling me. But I'm not to worry because you're bringing them to me. If you're trying to do it in a way that may tarnish my name or doing it in a froggy throat way where you're trying to bully me or distract from my message, which in turn is God's message, then you're not doing that, and it's in turn bringing people to be healed. And thank you for doing that. So that's why froggy throat just came back out. God said, adjust it again, because there's a lot of froggy throat people out there that are distractors from people trying to bring messages that are needed to be brought to the people at this time. So sit your froggy throat behind down and listen to the message. If you're not clear on it, Google, pull out a book, and do some research before you give an ignorant response to something that is true and spiritual. All right, I'm moving on. Next, we have breathing problems. That is related to your heart chakra, although breathing problems does relate to your lungs. Your lungs and heart correlate together. When your lungs are not working properly, it can lead to an effect on your heart. When your heart is not working properly, it can lead to an effect on your lungs. They do correlate together. So if you're having breathing problems, there is an issue within your heart. There's possibly an issue with unforgiveness. There's possibly an issue with lack of compassion. There's possibly an issue of fear, not understanding, not knowing. There's possibly an issue with not seeing truth because you have been living in a lie with this sheltered pituitary gland. So, heart again relates to breathing problems because it relates to your lungs as well as the actual heart itself. Next, we have itchy throat. So I think I can't think of the word, but we have two throats out here right now. So this is itchy throat. Itchy throat being that your throat feels like you can stick your hand back there and scratch it. Basically what that is most likely just mucus that has, or sometimes when you eat and a food particle gets stuck, or it can be mucus in the back of the throat causing it to be itchy. It can be the onset of a cold causing your throat to be itchy. It can be a sign of something, an onset of something else causing your throat to be itchy. Sometimes it can be an onset of a allergic reaction as well. But it all relates to your throat chakra. Alright, and the next card we have out is lack of potassium. We did discuss this last time. Did we do this? I think so. Lack of potassium, because potassium regulates your heartbeat. It provides proper function of your muscles, your nerves, and it metabolizes your carbohydrates. I think potassium is a new one. I talked about it in bananas, but potassium regulates your heartbeat. It helps in proper function of your muscles and nerves, and it metabolizes carbohydrates within your body. So if you take a potassium over the counter, like a herbal medication that can help metabolize additional carbohydrates within your body. It aids in proper function of your muscles and nerves. If you exercise, that means that will also help you without being so sore afterwards. They always not always, but I have learned that taking potassium after exercising will alleviate those really sore muscles the day after. You won't have the nervousness in your legs. Sometimes when you're exercising, you skip a day, you may have the nervousness in your legs, which is basically the repetitive motion that you're not doing, your legs are remembering. That helps to regulate that as well as regulate your heartbeat, so you do not have high blood pressure. So potassium, again, helps with regulating your heartbeat. It aids in proper function of your muscles and nerves, and it helps in metabolizing carbohydrates. As well as, if you see in the previous video, it does help with also menstrual cramping. Alright, next we have foot fungus that is related to your base root chakra. Foot fungus can come from multiple things. It can come from wearing someone's shoes that feet are unwell. It could come from inner illnesses or diseases within your body that has now come out within your feet. It can come from athlete's foot. It can come from diabetes. It can come from a multiple number of things, but it is something that you should definitely take care of because it can cause a problem later on down the line, as far as your blood being not having that fungus. Or I don't think the fungus gets in your blood, but it will add toxins to your blood. So if it's not taken care of, eventually it can add toxins, which in turn will cause other organs to fail or not work properly. So please, if you are dealing with foot fungus, please take the time to research and get that taken care of. There are some things you can do over the counter, just depending on how long you have been dealing with that issue. Next, we have headaches that relates to third eye and crown chakra. Crown chakra being the top of the crown, third eye mostly being the forehead. Of course, both relates to headaches, frontal lobe, as well as frontal lobe headaches, temporal headaches, sinus headaches. All those are different kind of headaches that do relate to both third eye and crown chakra. It can be a message that you need to clear some things. It can be a message that you need to solely go within to do a soul healing or clearing of some things that God is putting on your head and your mind to clear. You could be holding something in your mind. You could be in a state of stagnation in your mind that can cause headaches. You can be in a and when I said stagnation, I was thinking of a hangman for some reason, but that could be definitely cause headaches because you can't make a proper decision, or a decision that you feel comfortable with can cause you to be in a hangman position and cause you to have those head aches or head problems, sinus issues, any of those things that relate to third eye and crown chakra. So make sure that you do the inner healing, you deal with the issues at hand, and you go within to complete the healing within in order for the outer to match the inner. And lastly, we have here is overly sexual, as an addict, sacral chakra. So with that being said, I don't really see a pattern here except for the throat chakra being out here twice, but we do also have third eye out here twice as well. So maybe it's someone that is dealing with something that they know they need to go within and then to start speaking their truth on, and sharing that, possibly dealing with being a sex addict. So to get back again to the sex, being overly sexual, that means your sacral chakra is definitely out of balance. There's nothing wrong with a healthy sex drive, but pornography or OnlyFans or anything where you are constantly seeing a woman as a sex object has caused you to lose your correct senses in your sacral chakra, causing you to be in a overly heightened state of sex, which will possibly cause you to try out things you have never tried before. So maybe this person needs to slow their roll at this time so they won't get themselves in something they can't get out of. Because when I say STI, STD is on a rampant, and it is in high rates among our melanated people because we're spreading it and not getting the proper help, as well as if you have had the jab, you may be experiencing the most heightened form of STI, STD in your life. Whether it be inner and you're not seeing it all the way, and it's more in a blood type way instead of in a wart or bump type way, is there, and it is spreading, and it can be very, very heightened if you have had that jab. So please, please, please do not be over anything at this time. Please watch how we speak about one another with this throat chakra, please learn to have some discipline and knowledge instead of spreading ignorance and BS on stuff you do not understand. Again, God is speaking through me. I do not know of any of this, but God is saying it needs to be said. Again, He did tell me I'm all over Facebook, even though I ain't got one account there. But thank you anyhow. Yes, so whoever this message is for, please, please, please just kind of review your actions at this time. It's very important that what we say out is more important than what goes in, because you can really cause damage with what words you are speaking out. They can be spells to another as well as to yourself. All right, so I am done. I feel like I have been long-winded in these last few videos, so I am going to take a break. I thank you all again for watching. I hope I was able to help someone today with this medical knowledge, again, connected to our sacral chakra knowledge, and I hope you can use it in your everyday life. You all take care. I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.